Hey everybody, Sasa here. In today's game of Highgrounds, I will be playing Dragon Pylon, one of the most frustrating decks to play against in Highgrounds. Dragon Pylon is a control deck that wins through wounding your opponent's back row through abilities such as Drain and Snipe. Then knock out your opponent's back row with Melvar's Reaper ability. Let's take a look at the units. My wounders, of course, consist of 2 Durants and 2 Imps. They are basically the same unit for the purpose of my army. Of course, I run 2 copies of Melvar, the legendary Shade Dragon. Since my deck doesn't interact with my opponents through early damage, my city usually sustains enough damage from Melvar's Frenzy ability, which deals attack equal to the amount of damage my city has sustained, to be relevant for closing out the game. In fact, Frenzy is pretty much the only way I can end the game after setting up my back row lock. For economy units, I run 2 copies of Kaz, who produces 1 of each of the currency that my city can produce due to his elemental ability, 2 Meriths, which are a bit more flexible than Kaz, and 2 copies of Crow, whose Frenzy, along with Melvar's, also allows me to close out the game. For support units, I run 1 copy of Sigil. Shadow Pylon decks only let you purchase your commander with gold, so the 9 gold in his back row lets me ramp into my commander. My commander, finally, is Caladrius. He is a basic commander based around healing. There isn't really any strategy based around him. As for now, let's head into the game. I begin the game with a Kaz, while my opponent plays a Rosie. Rosie is honestly one of the worst units in Highgrounds, and I have no clue why people still play her after all of these years. As explained in my last video, Highgrounds has a mechanic where you are guaranteed to draw a playable unit on your first turn. While this mechanic is nice, it forces 0, 1, and 2 cost units to either be economy units, be aggressive units, or be brokenly overpowered. Rosie is neither of those 3. My opponent skips his 2nd and 3rd turn, telling me that my opponent is running an arbitrarily large amount of units in this deck, thus making his draws inconsistent. His draws throughout the entire game were so slow that I didn't even know what deck he is playing. With 6 units left in my army, one of which is my commander, I put Durant in the back row to guarantee a draw on him with his 2 recruits, and then purchase Sigil to ramp into my commander. Unfortunately for my opponents, I've been successful in my back row harassment throughout the entire game. I purchase a Crow for economy and place my commander in the front row. My opponent sets up a fog to snipe one of my wounders to try to get some resources, but Caladrius' paladin negates that plan before it starts. I purchase the rest of my wounders and set the purchase of Melvar next turn, which would complete the lock. You can probably guess how the rest of the game wins. Having set up the lock, the game is essentially over. I managed to set up the lock before my city sustained damage, so I don't have Friendly online. Literally, the only way I can kill my opponent at this point is by slowly whittling at his health with Melvar's measly 6 attack. Since there are no more strategic decisions to be made, I will keep on cutting to the combat phase for the rest of the video. If you enjoyed this game and would like to play it for yourself, you may do so by following the link in the description. Highgrounds is a free-to-play browser game that is easy to get into due to its low learning curve and daily free units. If you enjoyed this video, feel free to check out my channel. Until next time, have a good day.